This episode will be, as the title suggests, there's no need to overspend on buying a knife because you can actually get decent quality knives at a budget price. Clearly they're not, to a degree you do get what you pay for, but generally speaking you can get away with buying a cheap knife because there are a few brands that are really excellent knives, like really outstanding quality steel and performance, and obviously quite a few of them you're not going to be doing serious batoning with, which I don't have any time for anyway. I mean, honestly, if you want to chop wood, there's a device that's been around for probably thousands of years. It's called an axe. So I don't have any time for batoning. I really don't. I think people who baton knives, yeah. What do they shave with? Axes, the right tool for the right job. And knives are not meant for batoning. Yes, I've got knives that you can baton with easily. Like I've got a Ka-Bar Becker BK7, which that's a beast of a knife. You can probably baton with that for the rest of your life. But they're not designed for batoning, so don't even. I'm not interested in. If I ever get into serious knife reviews, you will never see me batoning. I just refuse to. It's just stupid. All right. All the people that baton with knives out there, I will. And I know I'm going to get insulted and criticised and bagged and whatnot for this, but if you baton with your knife, you're an idiot. Full stop. So there. I know I'm going to get a whole heap of hate for this, but yeah, so be it. Alright, so knives that you can buy for a very low price that perform really, really well, generally speaking. Clearly the name that comes to mind is Mora of Sweden, Mora Kniv, right? There are still people out there who've never heard of Mora. I meet them all the time. Like, pretty much everybody that I work with, and that's quite a lot of people, they've never heard of Mora, like none of them. So what I've got here is your basic Mora Companion, really nice, you can get it. It's a stainless. I think they use Sandvik stainless steel. Very good quality stainless steel. Of all the stainless steels, I have to say, of all the stainless steels knives that I used, the stainless that Mora uses is probably one of the better. Yeah. Whether it's the quality of the steel, the treatment, the tempering, all that comes into account. So, but I have to admit, now, for that knife, and you can do a lot with that, it's called the Mora Clipper Companion. That's MG, so probably military green, I suppose, I don't know, stainless. Very sharp, I don't have to show you how sharp it is because it is. You shave with it. I gave all these knives a bit of a lick. What I use is a knife steel, just gentle lap with knife steel, and then hit it with a strop. I've got a barber's strop, so it's a pretty quick affair. These are actually not too bad. They're like, the blade is 2.5mm thick. It's 4 inches long. The sheath is molded plastic. That's how they keep their prices down. The handle is like this sort of rubbery plastic affair. Yeah, hard plastic on the ends and rubbery, and that rubber doesn't go. Sometimes in where I live, I'm in the wet tropics, and it gets really, really hot and humid, and some of the rubbers, like cheap Chinese rubber and that, they get all sticky and gooey and start to fall apart. The Mora's, no, and sheath's just plastic, but it's a really good sheath. Like, a positive click in there. All right, so excellent. And that's That's $14.95 American from, and most of my knives I've bought from a couple of sites, but the number one site that I use, and I'll plug them because they're an excellent site, is Knifeworks in the United States. I haven't bought from them for a while because I'm not sure what the go is. They keep changing the laws on importation, tariffs and whatnot into Australia, so I don't know. The next one is this thing here, which is called a, what's this called? It's called a Mora Craftline All Around 731. All around, yeah, you can pretty much similar. It's got a plastic sheath with a leather. It's a leather loop. Comes with a leather loop, and it's a of all the handles. I have to say, this knife of probably all knife handles that I've tested, this is the most ergonomic knife handle, for my hand anyway, the most ergonomic knife handle I've ever had. It's just excellent. It's really, really good. It's carbon steel. What is it? 10 3 inches overall, 5 3/4 inch, really hard, 5.5 inch blade. It's, what is it? It's 2.5 mil thick, rubber handle, blah, blah, blah. And this is like $16.95 from Knifeworks again. I'm not sponsored by Knifeworks, but that's where I get them all. So that's really, really cheap, and that's a high carbon blade, and it's the steel. Their high carbon steel, Mora's high carbon steel, is just really outstanding. Really, really nice. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they call it, but well, it's good stuff. Really good stuff. Sharpens, and you can, when you're running it on a knife steel, it's like it's really, you can feel how hard it is. It's real glassy. Now what's this next one? This is the Mora Classic Craftsman 611, $16.95 from Knifeworks. These are all US prices. It's carbon steel with a birch handle. This is how they come. This is how the classics come, with this red painted birch handle. I don't know why they put the red paint on there. I'd rather just wood. But anyway, it's a really handy little knife. It's high carbon. Again, excellent steel. The blade's only 2mm thick, but it's only a short blade. And it says that it's 106mm long, and it's not. It's only about 98. So yeah, I don't know what the go there is. But really handy little knife. Just, yeah, the sheath is just it's rubbish, but it's you know, you can put it on a belt. They've got this little thing here, which is actually for slipping it over a button. You can actually slip this over a button, so you can just hang it off. Yeah. Don't know how permanent that would be, but it was $16.95. Yeah, really, yeah, the carbon steel is just outstanding that they use. Really good. Probably one of the better of all the carbon steels. I have to say, of all the knives that I've had, two carbon steels that I have to say were outstanding is the Mora carbon steels, every one of their blades, and the BK7. They use a 1095 special, and it really is good steel, that steel. So this is, what is this? This is another Mora. Yeah. This was $20.90, now it's $20.95 from Knifeworks. It's a Mora Classic number 3, 10.5 inches overall. It's a 6-inch carbon steel blade, birch handle. It's got, the Classics are supposed to have stainless bolsters. Yeah, I don't know about that. 2.5mm thick blade, and with this one, with this Classic, which is supposed to be the old style, I've stripped that red ochre paint off because the birch handles are quite attractive, you know, just the wood alone, and I've soaked them in, and then I soak them in linseed oil, boiled linseed oil, and again the steel on these things is just superb. Yeah, really nice knife. Yeah. You could use it as an all-round camp knife probably. Let's see what's next. What is next? Another Mora. Surprise! Yeah, this one here, this Mora here, is one of the knives that I use a lot. It's called a Mora All Around. Now, if you look at the length of that blade, I don't know how they can call that all round. It's $21.95 from Knifeworks, American. and it's got an 8-inch blade, 13 inches overall, thickness of 2 millimeters. It's stainless with a 5-inch handle, and it says in the description the use for it is camp or hike. I don't know any campers or hikers that would be carrying that thing around. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like a pig sticker, and it'd probably do a really good job as a pig sticker. Again, that handle, that's one of those really good handles. The all-rounder handle is just superb. Again, plastic sheath with a leather belt loop. Yeah, I use this a lot. You know where I use this? I actually use this in the kitchen. Yeah, for food preparation. You know, chopping vegetables and cutting, slicing, and that. It's really handy. And really excellent. I've got a few chips out of it because yeah, I tend to cut things that I'm not supposed to, bone and stuff like that. And I've noticed that the high carbon, which is understandable, most people realise it, the high carbon steels are tougher than the stainless. The stainless does tend to roll a bit more and get dings in it. But it looks like a pig sticker, yeah, an all-round, you know, hiking camp knife. Yeah, it's a pig sticker. Really good though, really nice. I use it all the time, like I said, in the kitchen. Probably more than any other knife for food preparation. This is another Mora, yeah. This one costs $28.95 from Knifeworks. This is a Mora FOS 2000. Don't know what FOS stands for. It's stainless. It's 8 3/4 overall, 4 1/4 inch blade, rubber handle, and that blade profile is the Kanzbull, whatever it is. It's got the same blade profile as that, and you can buy these blades. You can buy probably most of the Mora blades just on their own, so you can make up your own handle on that, make your own knife. I think Cold Steel Peacemaker, there's a couple of them. They've got exactly the same blade profile. So I don't know who copied who, but you'd think they copied Mora, but I don't know. But this is a really nice handy knife. It's the thickness is what, about 2.5 inches, isn't it? 2 inches, about 2.5 inches. Really nice handy little knife. The handle is probably just maybe a little bit small, probably just right. Yeah. And at that price, you know, again, plastic sheath with leather loop. Yeah. That's probably where they save heaps of money. Now the last, yeah, I've got another Mora. This is the last Mora that you're going to see in this episode, and it's their most expensive Mora that I'm aware of, and it is the Mora Garberg. There was just so much controversy, you know, generated when this knife first came out, because Dave Canterbury apparently had some involvement in designing it, or I know there was some, because he was always plugging Mora. You know, I think he used, like at shot shows and that, he used to be at the Mora, yeah, at the Mora stand and that. So he had some involvement, and of course, so there was a heap of controversy around this. So I was really interested, and I thought I'd get one. You can get them. This is with the leather sheath. You can get them with sort of a tactical style setup sheath, but I got the leather one because I do like leather, and it's $89.99 from Knifeworks, and it says that it's 9.76 inches overall. It's not. It's like 9 inches overall. So, yeah. Blade length is it says 4.29 inches. It's about 4.2. The handle is polyamide, which is plastic. Yeah. You see, in some of the descriptions, it'll just say sheath, plastic, or handle, you know, whatever. In the cheap ones, they just say plastic, and they mean plastic. With the Garberg, because it's a little bit, it's you know, a fair bit more expensive than their other knives, it's polyamide, not plastic. Polyamide, euphemism for plastic. And it comes with a leather sheath, and they do. Oh, look at that. They do come razor sharp from the factory. Yeah, this isn't really paper. This is plasticky paper. Yeah, so that's the Mora Garberg. What do I think of it? It's really handle heavy. Like the point of balance is, where is it? It's about there. It's about there. So it's quite handle heavy. It sort of felt, when I first grabbed it, when I first got it, it felt really a bit weird because it was handle heavy, but it is, like that blade thickness is I think 4mm or something. Yeah, it's thick. It's a thick blade. Yeah, I haven't used it at all really, so yeah, can't really tell you that much about it. But it looks like a quality knife. I find it hard to believe that Mora would make any garbage. I just, you know, I don't think they'd do it. Their reputation's, you know, probably too much for them to do that. Now, here's a budget knife, and I've seen a lot of people do this conversion or alteration. It's an Old Hickory butcher's 7-inch butcher's knife. Old Hickory's made by the Ontario Knife Company. Now, I think they've been making these for a long time. You can get these, I think, off, you know, that website that I don't want to mention, begins with an E, because I don't like them, because I don't deal with them anymore. You just grind off the bit that flares up, and so you just have a normal blade profile. And it's 1095 carbon. They're all 1090. I've got like a whole set of them as well, kitchen knives. 1095 carbon steel with a 53 to 58 Rockwell, and yeah, they are nice. It's nice steel, you know, really nice steel. They're not that thick. They're about 2mm thick, but you could. And one nice thing is that if you get a K-bar, the military K-bar sheaths, they fit straight in all, perfectly. Yeah, I might do a bit of a customization job in the handle, because I know that the handles do come loose after a while, and yeah. But fantastic knives, like for the value, for $12, you know, $12 US. That $12, I don't think you can get better than that. I think that even beats the Moras, you know, really. And it's made in America, so something to be proud about. Now, this is another budget knife. I've got steel hanging off it, firelighter steel hanging off it. This is the Cold Steel SRK. I think what it stands for, Search and Rescue Knife. My understanding is that these are issued to, or preferred, I'm not sure if they issue them, to the Navy SEALs, BUDS, when you do the BUDS course, the basic underwater demolition, you know, whatever it is course. They are actually issued with these. They're a beast of a knife, I've got to tell you. The blade thickness is 5mm, 5mm, that's thick. You know, 6 inches long. The handle is 4 3/4. It's made of Cray X, which is some proprietary thing that, yeah, for Cold Steel, I think. It's SK5 steel, and it comes in a Secure X sheath. It's made in Thailand. The sheath is actually really well put together. It's not an El Cheapo sheath, you know. Yeah, it's nice. It's a really nice sheath, and it goes in there really positive. Heard that? And you got this good spot, put your thumb, pull it out, and this came, yeah, razor sharp. Yeah, I did a bit of cutting with it, just test it out, and yeah, it's good. It's really good. And that was only like, how much is that? Yeah, knife weeks, you can get $40.95. Yeah, that's really, for what you're getting, $40.95 US. You know, fantastic. Now, quite possibly my favourite knife of all time, and it only costs $12.95. You can actually get a set of 12 of these knives, like 2 or 3 sizes, 2 or 3 different sizes. A set of 12 for $100. That's unbelievable value. It is an Opinel, or Opinel, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's French. They've been making them for a very long time. You can get them in stainless. They've got all different, yeah, they've gotten really jazzy with some of the designs and that, so you can get, you know, yeah, have a look at them. You know, have a look at the Opinel site and have a look at what they make. It's a birchwood handle. They're really, really basic. There's really not a lot that can go wrong. You're not going to do, you know, battening again or anything, like chopping with it or anything. But I have used this quite a lot, and it just performs. It's just such a simple design, and it's. I don't know what. I don't know. I think the steel that they use, I think they source the steel from Germany, and it's quite possibly the best high carbon steel I've seen on any knife. Like, it gets, and it's got a few chips out of it now because I have worked it a fair bit, but it's so yeah, there's a few chips out of it, but it just, you know, yeah, it's a really, really nice steel. You know, $12.95. You can get a set of 12 for $100. This is quite possibly, I've used this quite a lot. This is quite possibly my favourite knife of all time. You know, it's just, yeah. If you don't have an Opinel, then why not? Like, if you don't have a Mora, why not? Everyone should have a Mora and an Opinel. Personally, I think, or a few. I've got quite a few Moras. Now, as far as cheap knives are concerned, this knife here I have used a lot, and I don't have the belt clip. Yeah, it did have 3 screws. One screw fell out, one's loose, and the other one's still tight. But that belt lid just doesn't want to fall off, so yeah, it's still there. It is a Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops tactical knife. The reason I didn't get it because of tactical knife, I got it because it's got the serration, half serration, half normal blade, which is what I really need at work. So I use this at work a lot. This is my EDC, work EDC knife, everyday carry knife. On sites that I'm allowed to carry knives, because a lot of the sites that I work, you're not allowed to carry a knife, you know. Now, the thing, how much I actually went on the Smith & Wesson Knives website. I didn't even know that. There's a Smith & Wesson Knives website, and apparently the steel is 7CR 17 MOV, high carbon stainless steel, and which sounds really, but it's not a very good steel. It does blunt very quickly. It's easy to sharpen, because obviously it's soft. It's not a very hard steel. Yeah, the steel's pretty crap, but because it's easy to sharpen, you know, it's not a big deal. And it is a liner lock. I'm not a big fan of liner lock. They're not really renowned for their strength. So you could have a catastrophic fail and, you know, chop your finger off. But yeah, in its defence, I use this knife all the time because I'm not afraid to lose it. But I have to tell you, yeah, it just keeps going on and on and on. So yeah, Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops, really cheap, junky steel, but yeah, goes forever. This one here is, I can't give you a whole lot of information about it because I don't think they make this one anymore, but I think it's a Humvee. All it's got, and I can't tell you what model it is because it's just got Humvee China. Okay, so it's obviously made in China. Now Humvee, I had a look to try and find this. I couldn't see this one. I think it's only like about $20, and it's a stainless steel, but the steel is actually better than that Smith & Wesson one. So this is a real cheapie, another line lock. This one I use at work sometimes as well, and it's this stainless is really it sharpens up really nice, and probably holds a better edge than that Smith & Wesson one. So another cheapie that I use a lot, that I'm not afraid to lose. Now, as far as cheap knives are concerned, this used to be an excellent deal here in Australia. Super Cheap Autos Super Cheap Autos used to sell these two in a pack, a knife and a multi-tool, for $12. Like, I have no idea how anyone can manufacture these two items and sell them retail for $12. So I used to have 3 of these, 3 sets. Now I've lost 2 of the knives. I've still got 3 of these. They're really, they're all right. I use them at work because I'm not afraid to lose them. They're pretty, yeah. They're yeah, just El Cheapo multi-tool. They're all right. Yeah. But anyway, I'm talking about knives. So this is it's got a rear locking. Now this is the last one that I've got. It does sharpen up all right. The steel's not too bad, you know. Well, I can't cut paper with it. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, that's a fail. Yeah, I didn't sharpen that very well. Yeah, the steel's all right, but it's not crash hot. But you know, just for work, because again, it's got half serrations in it, and for $12, you know, for that and a multi-tool, yeah. And it's got a belt clip that doesn't fall off, doesn't get loose, a little bit loose. But you know, geez, I've worked this knife to death. In fact, I've worked it so much over the years that, you know, it's developed a bit of a, bit loose. But, you know, what do you expect for, I don't know, for probably a $4 knife, you know. But, yeah, it's alright. So, basically, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that you don't have to spend a ton of money to get a decent knife that works, you know. And my recommendations are Mora and Opinel, you know, just basic knock around all around, you know, around the campsite, you know, outdoors and that. If you want something a little bit more, you know, chunkier, a bit more rugged, just get a butcher's knife from Old Hickory, from Ontario. Yeah, excellent. Something bigger. Obviously, if you want something, you know, a bit more robust and serious, then I think the old SRK. Yeah, this design has been around for a long time, you know, decades, and they're still making it. So there's a reason for that. And if you need a pig sticker, I reckon this is a fantastic pig sticker. It's nice, good length. You can really sharpen it up nice. It's got an excellent, really ergonomic, grippy handle. Yeah. And the companion. I mean, this comes in. Oh man, they've been making so many different versions of this. I've actually got a Barco. I can't remember what model it is. So, which I use as a fishing knife because it's orange and that. And it's one of these, the Mora. So Mora make knives with Barco, and Barco sell them. As far as total all around best knife for, you know, for virtually nothing, I think you can't go wrong with a Mora Companion. Yeah, I think this is it. So this is the pick of the bunch, the Mora Companion. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what you can get for a reasonable, you know, for very little money, but still works and does a good job, you know, and that doesn't break. I haven't broken any of them. Yeah, not that, I mean, I haven't used all of them extensively, but all the Moras that I use a lot, you know, yeah, I don't have a problem with. Yeah, Mora, Opinel, yeah, some of the cold steel stuff. Old Hickory, yeah, Mora and Opinel, there you go. That's what I recommend, so that's about it, and I'll see you later.